It is a dark and rainy day here today, and no, I have not decorated for Christmas yet. I'll explain why later on in the video. Today I'm just taking you along with me as I tackle some decor decisions throughout my home. We've made some big changes lately, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you my process for making decisions. I'm also cooking and cleaning for my family today, so I hope you'll stick around because I love hearing from you guys and I love getting your input. Well, like I said, it is a dark and rainy day today, so we have candles lit, and on this particular day, I had to tackle homeschool before doing anything else. So we always start our day with kefir smoothies, and we try to get our work done right off the bat before I become too distracted with home decor. I think a lot of people might assume that I have all this time to decorate and DIY my home, and these days I really don't have a lot of time. It's very difficult for me to find moments throughout my day where I can really play with my home. I don't know if anybody else uses that term. My mom and I use it all the time. Have you had a chance to play with that new antique, or have you had a chance to play with your new finds from the thrift store? And I said that same thing to my friend the other day, and she started laughing, and she was like, "What are you talking about? Play with your home." But that's something that my mom and I, like I said, we use that terminology all the time, just whenever we find new things or, when we make changes in our home. We like to play around with it and just change up the decor. So let me know if that's something that you say too. Anyways, on this morning, I decided to make a sourdough discard Dutch baby. I actually had some sourdough discard in my fridge that I wanted to use up. My starter had been in the fridge for a couple of days, so I just figured I'd use it up in a recipe and add some fresh flour and water, feed it so I can get it going again, since I plan on using it this week for some other things. So that recipe, it turned out really great. I don't know that I've made a sourdough discard Dutch baby before. I make traditional Dutch babies all the time, but never with sourdough. So the boys really liked this one. I will say that it turned out pretty dense, but they really thought it was delicious. It didn't puff up quite as big as my normal Dutch babies do, but it was still really beautiful. And I always like to, whenever we make Dutch babies, or German pancakes, I think some people call them, although my husband is from Germany and he doesn't ever remember eating these growing up in Germany, so it's kind of funny. But anyways, I always like to take some frozen berries and just add some maple syrup and break that down in a pan on the stove, and then we do like a berry syrup on top of the Dutch babies, or sometimes I'll do like an orange marmalade. It just depends on what I have on hand. So that's what was for breakfast on this day. All right, guys, so I do plan on talking about my kitchen in this video, and I want to thank you guys for all the comments on my new blue stove. Oh my goodness, you guys blew me away. If you didn't catch that video, I shared it last week. I was just overwhelmed and so encouraged by all the love. Every single comment was so sweet and encouraging, and I just wanted to thank you guys. I'm about to share with you some of the options I'm considering for hardware in the kitchen, and also some of the challenges that I'm having and facing. And so I'll walk you through that whole process in just a moment. But before I do that, I do want to talk about my Blooming Face Pro. I shared this product with you guys a couple of weeks ago, and it actually sold out when I shared it. So many of you went and grabbed it. This little tool is amazing. It actually uses microcurrents to tone and tighten your skin. It reduces puffiness. It also helps with product penetration. So every night before bed, I apply a daily moisturizer to my skin, and then I will just sit in bed and use this tool, the Blooming Face Pro, on my face just to work that moisturizer into my face. I love using it right here on my forehead. And I have to tell you guys, I have noticed a significant difference in my skin since using this. I am not kidding. I have this really harsh line here in my forehead that my makeup is always settling into. And ever since using the Blooming Face Pro, I have noticed that line is not quite as visible as it was before. I just feel like my skin, it feels tighter, it feels smoother, and it feels a little bit more lifted. And my sisters and my mom actually texted me. And I know, obviously this seems like an ad, and my sister said, "Is this like legit, Andrea? Like, are you really noticing a difference? Because I really want to get one." And I said, "Yes, I'm telling the truth. I have noticed a difference. And really, you should notice a difference by using it just 3 minutes, 3 times a day." And that's what I've been trying to do. It feels amazing. So it's not like a chore. I just kind of run it over my face at night. Maybe I'll answer some comments online or check my emails, and I will just use this on my face. It feels so amazing. It has 3 different settings. I shared those the first time I shared the Blooming Face Pro, but I wanted to let you guys know that the Blooming Face Pro is normally $150, and right now they are offering $70 off again to the first 100 people who click the link in my description. So you have to hurry if you want to get that discount. If you are one of the first 100 people who get the $70 off, you will also receive a free ebook with that purchase. The ebook is called Face Tightening Secrets, but again, it's only for the first 100 people. So every few weeks, Blooming activates this link and it always sells out. If you're looking for a great Christmas gift, this would make a wonderful gift. The holidays are approaching and I just love using it every night. And so I wanted to share it with you guys. Now I've only been using it on one side of my face. So I just want to see if you can tell the difference between this side and this side, how it's just slightly lifted. I can see it. I don't know if you guys see that. It just, my face feels amazing. I love using it. So make sure you click the link in the description below so you can get $70 off of the Blooming Face Pro. And by the way, if you're not happy with the results on the Blooming Face Pro, they will refund you. So it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed, which I always love when a product has that, because that means they really stand behind it. So make sure you check it out. I've been loving my Blooming Face Pro. I know you guys will too. All right, so while I was cooking breakfast, you may have noticed some different hardware on my cabinets or on my new blue stove. Thank you guys for all of your suggestions. I did end up trying these brass handles that I grabbed at Menards. Really beautiful option, but I'm not crazy about them. It was just really to give me the idea of what brass would look like in my kitchen. You guys would not believe how difficult it is to find brass hardware that looks vintage that's also 5 inches on center. I actually grabbed this black hardware as well, just to see if maybe something with a little bit more detail would be pretty, but we noticed unfortunately that the previous hardware had kind of taken off the paint off of these cabinets. You can really see our cabinets could use a fresh coat of paint. They definitely could. So we're gonna need something a little bit bigger to hide that hole. I did end up filling a hole with spackling, and I'm going to try in this video to show you what happens. I have some 220 sandpaper. That's the finest that I could find, and I'm gonna try to just sand down this spackling and see if I can still see the hole after sanding it. I guess I just feel so limited on hardware choices because of these 5-inch handles. The larger of a handle you're looking to buy, the more expensive it is, especially if you want something that is more vintage inspired. I'm finding very basic handles are pretty affordable, but anything else tends to be pretty pricey. So I'm just trying to fill this hole and see. Now these cabinets have like a factory finish on them. So what I mean by that is I don't know what the paint color is, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to match this paint color. I have one called White Dove that's very similar to my cabinets. So we're just going to paint over this hole and see if I'm able to get away with filling the holes so I can get hardware that's maybe a little bit smaller than 5 inches. So it's probably more difficult to tell in the video, but I could just see right away that I am not going to be able to hide these holes with spackling and paint. You're still going to be able to see them. And as much as these cabinets could probably use a new coat of paint, I don't know that that's a project that I really want to take on right now, especially before Christmas. So I think for the time being, I'm sort of stuck with searching for 5-inch handles. These upper cabinets are in great shape. You can see they look beautiful, almost brand new. It's the lower cabinets mainly that could probably use a fresh coat, but I just don't know that that's going to happen anytime soon. So I just went ahead and wiped the paint away on this drawer, and I think I'm just going to have to shop for 5-inch handles that can cover these holes. And yeah, wish me luck, because it has been tricky. They are expensive, especially the more vintage inspired handles. So I also have a little soapstone sample here. We actually got a quote recently just to see how expensive it would be. Again, I don't know that this is going to be happening anytime soon, but I just wanted to see if it was even going to be in our budget to update the countertops. But soapstone has always been so beautiful to me, and I love this sample. I know a lot of you might think it looks similar to what we have, but it just looks a little bit more old world to me. I do want to share a few fun finds with you guys. My mom actually picked this up for me at an antique store recently. Isn't it beautiful? I actually spotted this when I was down in North Carolina last year, and I regretted not buying it, and my mom went down to go visit family with my dad, and she went ahead and grabbed it for me. And anyways, I just thought the print was really beautiful. I love the scenery. I think it's definitely more of a springtime, summertime feel, and with Christmas and wintertime approaching, I might use some of the artwork that I have that is more seasonal. But I just wanted to share this with you because I thought it was beautiful. Another really fun find that I grabbed recently at a local fair is this really cool handmade pottery. It's a cookie jar, and the blue, I just thought of my new blue stove, and I thought that this might be pretty to sort of incorporate into my kitchen. And then I also grabbed this really neat coffee grinder. It's handmade by the sweetest couple, and I believe she said that's walnut that they used, and you can put any wide mouth mason jar on it, and we grind our own beans a lot, and so I just thought it would be fun to have one like this so that the boys could help grind beans for our coffee, and it looks beautiful to me just sitting out on the counter. So I guess all that to say, whenever I'm trying to make changes or make decisions about my home, I need to live with it for a couple days, sometimes a couple of weeks before I really make up my mind. There's another area that I've been wanting to tackle, and that's my bedroom space. I actually waited to make my bed until later on in the morning because I wanted to take you guys along with me and kind of show you some things that I've been trying up here. I actually recently got these beautiful new pillow covers for the large Euro pillows that I have on my bed. I have had the same pillow covers on those for so long, and I found these beautiful gingham covers on Amazon actually. I will try to link them for you guys. I just love the ruffle detail on them. I think they look so cottagey and beautiful, and I loved them in our bedroom space. And so I went online and I actually found a duvet cover that sort of matched the brown in the gingham pillow covers. And so I have that on my bed along with a gray cotton blanket. And I love the combination of the grays and the browns in this space because I actually have those two colors all throughout my bedroom, with the gray on my dressers, but the browns in the beams and in the furniture. So anyways, I thought it was a really beautiful combination. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys in this space is this new piece that I have next to my bed at the moment. So I actually grabbed this beautiful piece of furniture at the antique fair with my parents, and I haven't shared it with you guys yet because I didn't know where I was going to use it. It's absolutely beautiful. The man said that it was very old. I believe it's made out of pine. It's pretty lightweight. You can see I have some lavender satchels in there that Cami made for us, and also in this drawer as well from Cami over at Tidbits. If you don't follow her YouTube channel, she has such a beautiful home, and she gifted us those when we went to Utah. But anyways, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the character it has, the patina. And so I was trying it here next to my bed, but I feel like it's just a little bit too hidden there. I want it to be more on display. So let me hit the light and kind of give you guys a true representation of the color. It's definitely a little bit warm. It leans on the orange side, which you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of orange furniture. So I think today I really want to play around with maybe trying this piece over underneath the window. If you guys remember this $25 dry sink under the window currently, I worked very hard on. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for $25 and I stripped it and sanded it and bleached it and it really turned out beautiful. But I just love this new piece that I got at the antique store and I don't even really know what to call it. The top of it is a chest that actually opens, but it has this drawer and then there's a cupboard underneath. I'm sure there's an actual name for it. If you guys know what it's called, let me know. But anyways, I am just gonna try it here under the window and look at it for a few days and see if I like it here. I think the one thing that's throwing me off is how warm it is in tone compared to the cooler tones of the beams that are in my bedroom and some of the other furniture. And on this rainy day, I think it's really difficult for me to tell if I truly love it. I might have to wait and come back and, just give it a couple of days before I decide where I want to put it. I have tried scrubbing it and sanding it, and I even tried a magic eraser on it to see if I could maybe get it to be a little bit lighter, but it's already such delicate wood and I don't know that I am going to be able to lighten it much more than what it is. So this is how my brain works. This is how my decorating process goes. I just kind of put things where I think I want to maybe try them and then stare at them for a couple of days or sometimes longer. I've also been wanting to maybe move these brass light fixtures to our bed area. We have the one lamp on one side of the bed, but we want lamps on both sides of the bed for reading at night. And as much as I love a pop of brass over here on this wall, I'm thinking we might move these over to the bed area. When we first did the beams in this space, I thought that they were maybe competing too much with the beams, so I left these sconces over here. But I think instead I'm just going to get a floor lamp for this area and try moving these over to the bed area, and you guys can let me know what you think about that. I also have this black candle holder that my mom gave me. It's cast iron, because I was trying to decide if I wanted something a little bit more primitive. Obviously this one wouldn't work here, it's too long. But I was trying to decide if I'd like something black here instead that felt a little bit more rustic, primitive than the brass. But I feel like the brass is really pretty. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to move my grandpa's desk back over here to my side of the bed. I think that maybe looks a little bit better. Here, I think what was so tricky about my grandpa's desk is that it opens up, which is really cool, but it was always hard because of the different levels on this desk. It was difficult to set things on there or find a lamp that worked. So I think I'm gonna leave it closed for now, and that might make more sense for me in the mornings to put my coffee down, my Bible down, my journal down. So I think I'm going to leave it closed rather than open like I had it before. So I guess all that to say that decorating is a process that takes time. It's not something that should be rushed. I love a collected home, and I think that even with this bedding, I love the way the bedding has come together. And so just taking little baby steps. The first step for me was ordering those gingham pillow covers, and then one thing led to another, and now I'm sort of just creating maybe a different look, and it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, at least for me. Maybe I'm just not that smart. It takes time for me to make decisions, and I hope that encourages you, maybe, that it doesn't come easy for me. Like I said, maybe it comes easy for other people. It doesn't for me. It always takes me time to decide what I like and the direction that I want to go. So I think at this point, I'm just going to pause for now and get started on dinner prep. So believe it or not, it's only lunchtime here. I was able to sneak away those few moments up in the bedroom while the boys were busy with something, but lunch was simple today. We did PB&J sandwiches, and some of the boys asked for meat and cheese. And I always chop up some veggies as well to serve with lunch. But every time I serve lunch, I'm always thinking about dinner time, and any prep that I need to get done, I always try to do at this time. Just before we have quiet time and reading time in the afternoon and nap time, I really like to get my dinner prep done. So today, since it's so rainy and dark, I'm going to make some soup. And this is one of my favorite soups to make. I have some sausage already thawed that I'm going to brown. And then once that sausage is all the way cooked through, I always take it out of the pot and drain it just to get rid of some of the extra grease, but I leave a little bit in the pot still. And then I'm going to add to that a chopped onion, and I will saute that onion with some salt and pepper and garlic and onion powder. And once the onion is translucent, I believe I added some butter in there as well. Once the onion is translucent, I will add about roughly maybe a 1/4 cup of gluten-free flour so that I can have this soup as well. And I'll just cook that flour for a minute or so to make a nice roux. And that way when I add my vegetable broth, it'll thicken really nicely. And so after adding the broth, I like to add some potatoes that I've peeled and chopped to the soup, and I will just cook those potatoes until they are fork tender. Once the potatoes are fork tender, I add maybe about a cup of heavy cream. So the soup definitely isn't super low fat, I will say that, with the sausage and the cream, but it is delicious and it's comfort food this time of year. So after adding the heavy cream, I like to add a bag of frozen spinach. And then after that, I will add my sausage back into the soup, and it is absolutely delicious. Very simple, of course, add more salt and pepper to taste, but this is just one that I like to make in the fall and winter season because it's quick and it's easy, and all of the boys really love it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Part of me feels like I didn't come to any conclusions in this video, and maybe I shouldn't really share this video because there was no big reveal, there was no end result, but I hope it encourages you. If you just feel like you are struggling with a space, I'm right there with you. I go through the same thought process, and I think it's a matter of just taking your time and not rushing decisions because you want to get it done. So I hope it was an encouragement to you. I hope I can decide on hardware soon. If you have any great suggestions, feel free to send it my way. My husband is already working on hanging those brass light fixtures. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So probably I'll reveal that space to you whenever I'm, decorating for Christmas. I do want to remind you guys though to check out the link in the description so that you can grab the Blooming Face Pro for $70 off. You'll also get that free ebook, Face Tightening Secrets. I know you guys are gonna love this product, and I truly have noticed a huge difference since using it. So make sure you grab that. I also wanted to thank those of you who have signed up for my homemaking course. So many of you have signed up to be on the wait list, and I'm just so appreciative of you guys, and I have loved reading through your survey responses. Oh my goodness, most of the modules are recorded, so we are going to have a soft launch probably for the people just on that wait list. For those interested in learning more about homemaking, my thought process behind homemaking, why I believe homemaking is so important. There's just a lot of great stuff in this course, and I've poured my heart truly into it. Along with the course, there is going to be a Facebook community that we create for those that have purchased the course, and that way we can share recipes and decorating ideas, and there's a lot of great stuff included with the course. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in, if you love homemaking or if you struggle with homemaking and you want to learn more about it, I would love for you to sign up. Get on my wait list. I'll put the link in the description below. Again, thank you to Blooming for sponsoring today's video. I have loved using this product. I know you guys will too. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.